monologues, my excuse to talk, rant, and embarrass myself, yada yada yada. Let's get back to part 3 of 3 of the Hakone series. And we start day 3 off by bidding farewell to the wonderful Oji-san Kazu. Oh look, there he is. He's such a sweet old man who doesn't speak much English, but he has this tiny little translator and speaks into it to tell us all the instructions. And then he stood outside waving his little 2020 Tokyo plushies as we left his Airbnb all the way until we were out of sight. Such a kind soul. If you're ever in Hakone looking for an Airbnb, look out for Kazu. Best Airbnb host that I've ever had. Then we pass the Mandarin house one last time and end up back at Vie de France. Again with the ham and cheese donut, but this time with the raisin butter pastry. And begin our journey to an authentic Japanese experience at a Hakone onsen, aka hot spring. And guess what we finally found? Shions! The lighting makes them look sort of white, but I can assure you, they're purple. See right here? Purple. It only took us 2.5 months, but Shion has finally shown us proof that this flower exists. Anyway, onsen time. You buy your onsen ticket for 1,200 yen at the ticket vending machine outside, and then you just go in and follow the workers' directions until you reach the hot spring. I'm fairly certain that a good portion of Americans have some social stigma against public bathhouses and hot springs, because you know, the whole nudity aspect. And gotta be honest, before the trip, I definitely had that mindset. But once you're in there, you realize that nobody else cares. It's so normalized for them. They're just trying to have a nice relaxing time and really could care less whether or not you were there. So then your own reservations go down, and then you can just do your thing and sous vide yourself to your heart's content. Maybe the experience would have been different if I went with a bunch of foreigners, but you know, I just blended in with the Nihonjins and pretended like I knew what I was doing. I had a great time. There were like 6 pools, a shower area, and a wet sauna at this onsen. And important note about onsens, you have to wash yourself before you go into the water. You're trying to keep the naturalness of the hot spring as untainted as possible, so you gotta scrub yourself real good in the shower area, or prepare to feel the piercing judgmental eyes of the natives. Then you just bounce between the pools of various temperatures, including one cold one, taking breaks to rehydrate yourself until you feel adequately rejuvenated. I'm pretty sure you could spend all day in here if you wanted to. 1,200 yen for an all-day relaxation session? Very worth it. Anywho, the wet sauna though was a very interesting experience. I noticed this gigantic tub of salt by one of the pools and used my deduction skills, aka I creepily observed what other people were doing, and they took a bunch of this salt, rubbed it all over themselves, and then walked on into the sauna. So you know, win in Rome. Well, I guess, win in Japan. Do what the locals do, right? Sure, why not? So I too salted and saunaed. But the whole experience still really confuses me, because if you think about it, I seasoned myself with a whole bunch of salt, and then I walked into an oven to roast. So I basically cooked myself. Why? I don't know. But I hope it's got some detoxifying properties or something, because otherwise I just look real stupid. Anyway, after a nice 2-ish hours of soaking, Julian and I met back up with Bing and Shion as we figured out a place to go for lunch. And after waiting for the bus for a solid 30 minutes, we ended up at this Chinese restaurant. We out here in Hakone getting all the different Asian cuisines. And since we got Korean ramyeon earlier, we might as well try the Chinese version here. This one also has some fancy pork that comes with the ramen, but gotta say, this one tops the Korean one from earlier. Flavor-wise, it's pretty similar, that typical sweet and savory, but this pork is way more tender, a lot more fat content. The ramen was pretty standard, but they do make hand-pulled noodles in-house, and their portions are jumbo-sized, which still came at a very reasonable price at 1,100 yen, 9 out of 10. Then it was off to our last destination before going back to campus to take our finals, Odawara Park, to go see Odawara Castle. Look at this, it's the stereotypical walkway between the pretty trees in the Japanese animes and dramas. I'm still waiting for my anime/drama moment. You know, sometimes you just either want to sweep someone off their feet or be swept off your feet. It's fine. Everything's fine. let's distract ourselves with another spirited away looking bridge and Japanese architecture. Wow, a big old gate and lots of rocks. Riveting. Looks like there was some sort of meeting happening here today, but I think we came a little late. Oh well, moving on. We can learn about the architectural model of mud wall of the Akaganenmon Gate. Oh ho ho ho! Oh ho ho ho! Did somebody say the architectural mud wall of Akaganenmon Gate? Did you know that the architectural mud wall was made before the construction of the Akaganenmon Gate? And that the mud wall takes an important role to confirm the shrinkage and drying conditions of the soil used? Wow, thanks. How informative. I too can read the sign. No problem. Anytime. Carrying on. We found this ninja cutout. Pretty cool, right? We college kids really out here having a blast pretending to be ninjas. And seeing that so much in Hakone has reminded me of Spirited Away, it only seems fitting that we do a scene recreation while we're here. And also, I just completely forgot to put this in the Studio Ghibli episode, so I'll just put it in here. Spirited Away. Haku and Chihiro crossing the bridge. Wow, A+ acting. Moving on to the castle. It really is just like a lower key version of the Osaka castle. And here we are with our token castle photos. And no one has to know that we didn't even decide to go to the top. What? It was a lot of stairs, okay? And I was still sore from that stupid hike. And as our last clip from Hakone,
we stopped this program to bring you Japanese creatures.
Here we have this skinny worm crossing the street on the hill to Kazu's house. Watch it skillfully expand and contract. Oh, what's this? A tomodachi? It's a baby millipede that seems to think it's a baby worm. How precious. Keep on believing, little millipede. And what a good sensei, Mr. Worm. Next, we have these Japanese macaques, also known as the snow monkey, foraging around their exhibit in the Odawara Park. Look at their fluffy brown coats that really make their bright red faces stand out. Looks like they've had too much to drink. I guess that's how you know it's a Japanese snow monkey. Was that joke too mean? Here, I'll rephrase. That's how you know it's from Asia. See? More inclusive. Look at this one, so daintily eating from the fruit peels on the floor. And then look at this one, as it tries to nibble away at its log swing. How adorable.
This has been Japanese creatures.
and after a subway and bus ride, a short hour and a half later, we finally made it back safe and sound to ICU. Where, look at what's been waiting for me all weekend long. Packagey. And what's inside this packagey, you may be asking yourself? Pocket Monster, Shirudo, And another plus is I can play the game entirely in English, but the cartridge is a Japanese cartridge. So it's a souvenir and a game in one. Wow. Best part about it is that classes are over, so I can just play all day long. Finals may be in a couple of days, but my heart is telling me to play Pokemon. And everybody tells you to listen to your heart, right? It'll be fine. And with that wonderful life advice, the Hakone series is officially over. Hope you know a little bit more about onsens, and if not, more generally, hope you know a little bit more about Hakone. Hope y'all have a wonderful day and night, and I'll talk to y'all next time I do something interesting. Mata next time. What? Oh, that's so aggressive.